Mansions of Madness, Return of the Reanimator, Part 12. Vincent pulls himself up off of the ground. He's right, he says to himself. All of this paranoia, it's just in my head. He then turns to follow after Dexter. As he steps into the hidden laboratory, he is shocked to see the monster again. "You can't hurt me," he shouts. "You hear me? I know this is a dream. I'll wake up at any moment now." Charging with a burst of energy, Vincent sinks the sword cane deep into the monster's skull. The body drops, lifeless, to the ground. "Oh God, what have I done? Did I just kill a man?" he whispers as he slowly backs away from the body. All the while, Dexter has been completely distracted from the events surrounding him, staring at a dusty tome lying on a table. He feels the book calling out to him. Shaking himself free from the temptation, he says, "No, you are evil." Instead, he pulls at the door marked "Control Room." "It's locked," he says. "Feels like it's bolted on the other side." Vincent looks over at him. "Use the stone we found in the office." "That's right," says Dexter. "I noticed that this thing is a magnet." Noticing slight scrape marks at the edge of the door, Dexter places the stone close to where the scratches begin. He can feel the stone grab a hold of something on the other side. Slowly, he slides the stone and he can hear the bolt slide with it. "It worked," he says. Opening the door, he enters into the control room. Looking around, the first thing he sees is a black, leather, doctor's bag. "That's it," he shouts in excitement. "I bet the antidote to this intoxicating air is in that bag." Grabbing the bag, he sees that it is sealed with an intricate-looking lock mechanism. With a little bit of luck, Dexter manages to stumble onto the correct combination. Opening the bag, he sees that it is filled with different surgical tools, and a variety of odd-looking liquids in glass vials. He also notices a small brass plate near the handle, that bears the letters H.W. "I knew it," he shouts out to Vincent. "This is the antidote. West must have used this to stay immune to the poison he was pumping into his test subjects. This will save our lives." Confused by the conversation that he witnessed between Dexter and Vincent, Daryl cautiously follows behind them. As he enters the hidden laboratory, there is an explosion of sparks and the lights begin to flicker. Daryl runs over to the light switch. There is a mess of wires coming out of it, disparately. He tries to make sense of the twisted knots, and attempts to reconnect the exposed ends. as he sets the last wire in its proper position. The lights kick back on again, scanning the room. Nothing seems to catch his eye. Caroline tries to grapple one of the monsters, but the creature slips from her grasp, stumbling backwards. The other monster grabs a hold of her, and begins tightening its grip, feeling as though one of her ribs was going to crack. She kicks frantically. Breaking herself free, she runs in a panic, desperately trying to catch up with the others. Vincent looks up at Daryl, and laughs. "I know what you're doing." He begins yelling, "Look at him." Vincent points to the body lying on the floor. "I know you're not real." He turns and continues shouting as though he is yelling at the building itself. Just then, the body begins moving again, and slowly pulls itself back up to its feet, and begins moving towards Vincent. The sound of footsteps can be heard coming from almost every direction. The monster in the hidden laboratory lets out an eerie groan, and moves towards Vincent, who quickly backs himself into the control room with Dexter.